Hi there, welcome back to my channel. I hope you had a great winter holiday and that the new year is off to a great start for you. It has recently come to my attention that for as much time as I spend here talking about piano and music theory, that I haven't actually introduced myself or explained what it is that I do. And so I thought that before I get started on the new year of content, I would just take a minute to say hello as a person, introduce myself, and let you know about my business so that if you are interested in working with me this year, you may be able to, no matter where you're located in the world. So let's get started. My name is Sarah Cashmore, and I am a piano teacher. I teach piano here in my home studio, which some of you know is in downtown Toronto, Canada. But what I realized that some of you don't know is that I conduct 100% of my lessons online. I stream all of my piano lessons. That's why I have my studio set up to have recording equipment and my computer set up here, lots of audio pieces. I love technology, I love online learning, and I specifically chose online learning for my piano studio when I launched it about 2 years ago. So since I have been in the game here for almost 2 years, I feel like I have a pretty good setup. So I'll just tell you a bit about the equipment that I use. For video streaming, I use primarily a platform called Riverside. Riverside has an app. It works very similarly to Zoom, but I find that the audio quality is better than Zoom. So for clients who feel comfortable with technology, we usually start with Riverside. For clients who don't really feel that comfortable with new technology and they'd rather use something that they're familiar with, we do tend to stick just to Zoom. And Zoom is fine as a platform. I think that it has more audio glitches than Riverside does, but it doesn't diminish the quality of our lesson together. It just means that sometimes we have to repeat what we're saying. It's not a huge deal. In terms of the people I work with, I think I have a pretty good balance right now between kids and adults as my piano students. The kids that I work with tend to be very comfortable with technology. They can independently log into Riverside or Zoom, and they enjoy using the features of video platforms like the pencil tool and stuff, so we can complete theory worksheets together and other activities like music bingo and stuff like that. The adults that I work with, in the past, I've had a range of skills from beginner to advanced. Like I've brought people to their grade 9 Royal Conservatory exam, so that's considered university level. So I do have a wide range of experience in teaching, like a wider range of skill sets. But I'm finding that right now, because I enjoy creating videos explaining the basics and the fundamentals of music, I seem to be attracting more beginners, either complete beginners to the instrument or people who have learned on their own for a few years and might be considered intermediate players but want a little bit more formal coaching in their lives. So that's who I tend to work with at the moment. In terms of how we get lessons started, my lessons have a minimum duration of 45 minutes. So sometimes that means that for adults, I would say especially, adults sometimes just touch in once a month, and that's totally fine. But most of my students are on a week-to-week basis. And when we get started with lessons, usually the first thing we have to figure out is if our schedules align, if there's a time that mutually works for the both of us. And after that is picking out the music that we want to learn. So in that case, I would find out a little bit about the learner's background with music, if there's any music that they've already been working with, if they are interested in any music in particular. And then we have the challenge of making sure that we can both find the same edition of the same music in our respective countries. Sometimes that's harder than others. But for the most part, we've been able to figure this out just fine. So yeah, that's a little bit about me and what I do. If online private lessons sounds like something that you might be interested in, I will leave a link below in the description to my website where I will lead you directly to my lesson page. There you can read about my current rates, read a little bit more about what I do, and there will also be a contact form there so that you can email me to basically put your name on the waiting list. If you are interested in working with me, but private lessons are not for you at this time, I would encourage you to stick around my YouTube channel. In the first place, I think my YouTube content is pretty high quality, and I think that you could learn a lot about playing piano on your own just by following some of my videos. But in the second place, I also have some ideas this year about some group experiences or courses that would be definitely less expensive than individual private lessons, but would still give you a really fun and engaging and effective learning experience. So stay tuned for that so that you can be the first to find out when I launch that, because that is something I want to do this year. Okay, so I think that's okay for an overview for now. If you have any questions about this, or if you have any suggestions for ways that you might be interested in working with me that I haven't mentioned, I'm certainly open to ideas. At bottom, I want everyone who wants to learn how to play piano to be able to play piano. And so if that means working with me, fantastic. If that means just cruising my YouTube channel for a while, that's totally fine too. You're absolutely welcome to just stay as a community member here. Best of luck with your piano this week. Have some fun at your piano, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.